Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. I'm Ella and in this video we are going to model a window. It will be a parametric family so we can control all of its dimensions and manage it better in our project. Let's start. First of all, we are going to create a new family in window. Go to family type and let's make this width a little bit bigger, for example 1.2. Okay, now we are going to start with creating some reference lines. I'm going to first create another subcategory for it. Let's go, for example, with red. Change its color and also its line pattern. And okay, now I'm going to create one in this part and another one in here. Create two other inside your wall like this. This reference line is in the exterior side, so I'm going to change its name to exterior, and this one is in the interior side. Now I'm going to align them with this edge, the edge of this wall, and lock them. And do the same for the other one. These two reference lines in the middle of the wall are going to be exactly in 1/3 of this wall, and we are going to lock them there. So I'm going to use this align dimension and I will click on this exterior edge first, and then these two reference line, and then this interior edge. Now if you click on this EQ, they will be exactly in their place. This way, if we select the wall and change it to another type, the distance between these will be the same. So we can use this family in all of the walls. Also, this reference line in here on the exterior side is going to be the main reference line. So we're going to just simply change its name to main, and we will use this one for modeling our window. We need to go to the interior view to model the frame. There are a few ways that you can model it. You can either use extrusion or sweep for it. We are going to go with this sweep. Click on the sketch path and first set your work plan on the main reference plan, this one, and okay. You can either create one for all of these two parts or create one for this part and another one for here. I'm going to go with the second part because, well, that's actually easier. So I'm going to use rectangle and draw my path in this wall, and then I will align it with all of these reference lines and hit finish. Now it's time for creating the profile. There are two ways that you can do this again. You can either use this edit profile and do it yourself, or create a profile in another file in another family, profile family, and then load it to here. Since the profile is a bit complicated, we're going to create it in another family. So let's go to file and create new in this profile. We're going to model it in this part so we can have it exactly in the center. Let me first show you a few profiles. This is, for example, one profile that you might see. This is the Sill and this part is the frame. These are the glazing. You might see these profiles in different shapes and also different material. For example, this one is another. This is also profiles from section that we can actually use. You can find them by simply searching in the internet. Download one and then import it to your Revit. You just need to simply drag it to here, like this. Now for its scale, I'm going to click on this part, and as you can see, it's 58 millimeters. So I'm going to first click on this part and then this part. And now I'm going to insert a number 58 millimeter. Perfect. Then I'm going to move it from this point exactly to this center. Before we start modeling, I'm going to simply pin this picture to here, and then from this part I'm going to uncheck this box, so if we model, if we draw the profile, we don't select this picture. As you can see, we have few parts in this picture. There are these two different pink profile that we are going to model, and we have these ceilings in here. We have 4 of them, 2 for this part and 2 for keeping this glazing in its place. After that, we have this glazing and 2 steel profile. We have 1 in this part and 1 in here. You can simply model and draw all of them separately and then import them to your family. but we're going to model all of them together, and actually we will have two different profiles for this. So I'm going to first model this part, and after that here. Now let's go to create and use this line. I don't want to waste the time and draw all of these lines right now, but I'm going to just show you some tools that you can use. First, I'm going to use this line and also this fillet for some parts. For the arc also, you can use this start and radius. Then if you need to split two different lines together, you can use this split element or this split with gap. And after that, you can use this trim for connecting them together. Let's start. Okay, this is the profile. Let me just check this box and also unpin it to show you the final shape. One important thing about drawing this kind of profile is that first of all, don't create too small lines, and after that make sure all of the lines are connected together. Now let's just save this profile as A and load it into the family. Now you can simply select it from this part, this A. Let's go to, for example, the left view, and in here you can see it right there. It's in the wrong direction obviously, so you can use Philip or give it an angle to rotate. I'm going to go with minus 90 degree. Okay, and now you can hit finish. Let's go to the 3D view to see it there. I'm going to select it and give it a parameter for its material. Let's go with frame. Okay, and let's create a material with another color for it. I'm going to just simply create new one and change its color to something white, and okay. Now let's go to interior view and create another one for this part. So I'm going to create another sweep with rectangle in here and then align it with all of these walls. We could use mirror for mirroring it to the other side, but this way is actually much better. Hit finish, and for its profile select this A. Rotate it minus 90 degree, and let's check it from the left view and hit finish. Then change its material to this frame and okay. Perfect. Let's go back to the profile that we just created, this one. Now it's time for the other side. I'm going to simply select all of these lines except this part and delete them. Now we can draw this part. Okay, this is the next profile. I know it's not accurate, it's not exactly like that, but well, this is what we have. So I'm going to save it as B and load it again to this family. Now we are going to go to the interior side and create another sweep exactly in here with rectangle, and again align it with all of these lines. Hit finish, and for its profile, now you can select this B. Let's go to the left view and rotate it again minus 90 degree. Perfect. Now you can hit finish. And this is the next sweep. So I'm going to select it and change its material to this frame. And now we are going to repeat this for the other side too. The next part is the glazing, the glass of these windows. For this, first we need to go to the ref level and create a section exactly in here. This section is because we can't actually see this view, these profiles clearly. Look at this view, this left view. So we're going to work on this part. For the glazing, we are not going to use any other profile or any other family. I'm going to create them simply in here with Extrusion. But the point is, you need to fix it. You need to set it in the right place. For this, we are going to use reference plans. I'm going to simply create another one with, let's go with blue, change its color and also its line pattern. Okay, I will create one simply in here. This part is where we are going to model our glazing. So I'm going to align it with these reference plans without locking it. Instead of that, I'm going to simply create a dimension from this point to here. As I said, we need to fix the glazing, so this is the way that we can do that. So we need to also do this in this part too. I'm going to simply create a reference plan in here with the blue one, and then I will align it with here, and after that we can create a dimension like this and lock it. Let's lock this part too. Okay, these two dimensions and reference lines was for the height of this glazing, so we need to create another one for its thickness. I'm going to create one in this part and another one in here. Since it's a 3 glazing window, we need some other ones in this part, another one in here, and 2 other in here and in this part. Let's first change their color. Now I'm going to align this part. This is where we are going to have the glazing, this part from with this reference line, and lock it. And also the next glazing will be from this point, so I'm going to align that with the other one and lock it. For these, I will use this align dimension and I'm going to set them exactly in the center. So I'm going to click on all of them like this, and now if I click on EQ, the distance between them will be equal and they will not change. I also need to lock this first reference plan with this main reference plan that we just created at the beginning, so we prevent the moving of this glazing. I'm going to just simply create a dimension like this and then lock it. Now we can create the extrusion on this left right view with this rectangle, one in here, another one for this part, and one in the center. Then I'm going to align all of them with these reference lines. And also lock the base of them with this line, and don't forget to lock them. We need to do the same for this part, so click on here and then on all of these parts, and now we are going to lock all of them. Perfect. Now hit finish and go to the interior view. This is our glazing in here, and also we need to fix it with Stool. For this, I'm going to create 2 other reference plans with blue in this part and also in here. We need to lock these lines with this part and also this reference line. So first of all, let's check the distance between here. I'm going to use this line from here. It's 0.0967. So let's go back to the interior view and change this to 967, and also this part to the same number. Okay, now we can create dimension like this and also another one for this part and lock both of them. Then we can align this part with here and this part with here. Perfect. For the other part also we need to repeat this process. Before we go to the 3D view to check them, I'm going to select them both and create a parameter for their material. Let's go with glass. Go to the family type and create a new material for them. I'm going to simply change its color and also the transparency to something like this, and okay. Now if we go to the 3D view, we will have a window like this. Now there are two other parts that I want to add to this window. For this, we need to go to the section that we just created, and in the base part of this window we are going to create a sill. First, create a reference plan with another subcategory, for example purple. Change its color and also its line pattern. Okay, let's create one in this part, another one in here, and I need another one in this part. Align this reference line with here. I want it to start from exactly this point, so I'm going to align it with this part, but I'm not going to lock it. Instead of that, I need to create a dimension from this point to here, and I will lock this one just to fix this line in here. Then I need another dimension in here and another one from this point to this part. We are going to model the stool part of the window, so I'm going to select this one and turn it into a parameter, which we are going to call a stool width, and this part is going to be the stool thickness. Now we can create extrusion exactly in this part and align it with all of these reference lines. Hit finish and go to the interior view. In here we are going to align this stool with this reference line, the right reference line, lock it, and also do the same for the left reference line. Perfect. Now if we go to the 3D view, we can see it exactly in here. Select it and either create a new parameter for its material or use this frame. Now for the other side, we need to go to this section, and in here we are going to draw the sill. So for this, we need again some reference lines with the purple one in this part and another one in here. Create dimensions from this point to here and from this part to this main reference plan. This is going to be the sill width, and the other one is going to be the sill thickness. Create a new extrusion with this line from this point to here to this point exactly, down to this part, and then here. Then I'm going to align all of them with these reference lines, this line with this point and this part with here. Okay, hit finish, and this time we are going to go to the exterior side, and in here again we need to align this part with here and the other side with this line. Now select it again and either create a new parameter for its material or use this frame. Perfect. Now if you go to the 3D view, you will have something like this, which you can control perfectly its width to 10, okay, and its thickness to, for example, 4 centimeter. Perfect. The last piece of this window is going to be a handle, so I'm going to create a new family in generic model for it. First, let's go to the front view, and in here I'm going to use extrusion for creating a rectangle in this part, and with this dimension put it exactly in the center. Do the same for the other side too. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay, for its extrusion, for its thickness, we are going to go with only 15 millimeter. Go to the left view and create a new sweep. Do its path exactly from this part to here and down to this part. Also, I'm going to fillet this corner. Okay, hit finish and go to its edit profile. In the front view, we are going to create a very small circle in this part and hit finish. Before we load it to the project, I'm going to select this line and turn it into a strong reference line. Let's also make these two parts a little bit bigger, and now we can load it to this window family. Let's for now put it in here. Now to fix it with this window, I'm going to create a reference plan with this purple one in this part. Then I'm going to align it with this window in here, and instead of locking it, I'm going to lock it with this main reference that we created at the beginning, this one, and lock it. Now I'm going to align it simply like this. Okay, let's go to the interior view and move it up to this part. We need another reference plan in the center of this part, and with this dimension, I'm going to set it exactly between these two reference plans. Then I can align it simply like this. Okay, and then I'm going to align this line with this part and lock it. If the size of this handle is not suitable, you can change it in the family and load it again to here. Also, you can add details to these parts too. For example, you can fillet these parts or add some other lines and details. We also need to assign a parameter for its material. So let's go back to the family, select it, and with this point in here, we're going to create new parameter. Okay, and now load it again to this family. Now if you select it in here, you can change its material to this frame, and all of the material of this window will be the same. Perfect. Let's check it in the project. I'm going to put one in this side and another one in here. Perfect. Let's put them in a section box to see their profile. Now let's check all of their dimension. I'm going to select it and change its height to 1.8. Then the width to 1.8 again. Perfect. So this is our window, and as you saw, all of its parts are working perfectly. I hope this was useful for you and you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.